I used to work at a gas station back in the 80s, around the time where several murders were happening around my neighborhood. So it wasn't the best job, I know that, but I needed to pay rent, and this was the only available job around, so I took it. Usually on the nights I worked there, it wasn't that busy, and there were only like one or two customers that came in each night. And the only other person that was there with me was a guy called Katz, and he wasn't the nicest person around. He thought he knew everything, and he was a smart aleck. That being said, whenever I was on work shift, we never really spoke to each other unless one of us needed something and the other had to do it for us. On this night in particular, I had my girlfriend Amber take me to work, as my car had broken down the previous day, so my life was pretty much a living hell, and I was staying with her at the time. So she took me to work and asked me if I needed a ride home. I, being the kind guy that I am, said no, and she said she'd have a beer waiting for me when I got home. I told her I loved her, and she went on her way, and I went on mine. Walked into the gas station, put my coat down, and saw Katz standing at the cash register with a smile on his face. I walked up to him and said, "What's the smile about?" And he said that he had a date in a few minutes and would be leaving shortly. I jumped inside with pure joy, as I hated working with him, as I stated earlier. I asked him, was his date hot, and what was he going to be doing? He laughed and said, "Look, all you need to know is in about an hour and 16.32 seconds, I will be rounding third base." I laughed and said, "Okay," and then he began to go on his way. But as he was doing that, he told me that the bathroom doors were locked and he couldn't find the key. So if I needed to clean the bathrooms, I couldn't. I said, "Okay, whatever," and he left. So I went to the back and punched in my time card, which is something we do to begin our shifts. And then I was off to work. I walked behind the cash register, picked up the list of things to do. I had to do 3 things that night: sweep the floors, put items that were purchased back where they belong, and clean the bathrooms. I couldn't clean the bathrooms, so I really only had 2 things to do that night, and I was actually pretty happy, because all I had to do was do 2 things that night, just serve customers, and I could be on my phone for the rest of the shift. I finished my assignments with ease, as no customers had come in, so I had nothing to interrupt or bother me. Once I had finished my 2 assignments, I began to just sit at the back of the cash register and be on my phone. But then I heard a noise coming from outside. I looked at the window that sits behind the cash register with me, and I saw a car coming. Finally, a customer, I thought. A woman with blonde hair and a red dress stepped out of her car and began to walk towards the store. She opened the door and kind of stumbled towards me, so I figured she was drunk. She asked for a pair of cigarettes, so I said, "Any filters?" She said, "No, just get me any type of cigarettes." I began to think to myself, damn, this girl really likes to smoke. But I didn't want to bother her, so I gave her cigarettes. She handed me a $1 bill and was on her way. I was on my phone just messing around playing some video games when I heard a noise, which sounded like a car pulling into the parking lot. I looked up from my phone and saw a white van just driving around the parking lot. Weird, I thought. But I paid no mind and just began to watch the van to see what kind of customer I would have to deal with. But that's the thing. No one ever even got out of the van. It just circled around the gas station parking lot 2 times and began to drive off on its way. I thought this was weird, but paid no mind to it, as my shift was almost over. Minutes passed as I sat cold and bored in that gas station, waiting for something interesting to happen, or at least a customer to come in. As minutes passed, I got even more bored and decided to just get up and wander around the gas station, see if I could find anything interesting to do. We have an arcade in our gas station with only one game called Power Drill Massacre, which was a popular horror game at the time. So I began to play that. It was a very scary game, and I was glad I was alone in that gas station so no one could see me get really freaked out, as it would have been very embarrassing. But I finished the game and was walking behind the gas station counter when I saw a man walking up to the gas station. But this man was weird, as he was 6 foot tall, wearing skinny jeans and a leather jacket in 30-degree weather. He kind of freaked me out, as he was walking very weird, like he was trying to hide something as he walked up to the gas station. So I kept a close eye on him as he walked up. He walked into the gas station and immediately walked straight up to the counter. When he got closer, I realized that this man towered over me, as I was only 4 foot 5, and he was 6 foot. And it didn't help what he was about to ask me, as the question he asked me still burned in my mind to this day. He walked up to me and asked me, "Are you here all alone?" I was gonna lie to him, so I said no, my coworker is in the back, hoping that this would tell him that I wasn't here alone and he would believe it, which he did. But then he began to walk towards the back of the gas station as if he was about to check. But then he turned and walked into the beer aisle, and I breathed a sigh of relief. He picked up a beer, walked up to the counter, put it on the counter, gave me a $5 bill, which was how much that beer cost. I took the money, put it in the cash register, and he walked off. Whew, finally, that man's gone, I thought, as he was really creeping me out. Now that the man was gone, I could return to being bored and doing absolutely nothing until something interesting happened. Yet again, minutes passed as I sat very bored in that gas station waiting for another customer to come. But that boredness was about to be interrupted with pure fear as I heard what sounded like the back door to the gas station being opened. I immediately picked up my phone and called Katz to see if he would pick up, but he didn't. Damn, I thought, I'd have to deal with this myself. I exited the safety of me being behind the counter and walked up to the door leading to the back. I very nervously grabbed the door handle and pulled the door open to see that the door that was previously locked leading to the outside was wide open. The terrifying thought that I was no longer alone in this gas station filled my mind as I walked outside, to only be filled with pure fear. As I walked around the gas station outside looking for who could have done this, I went to the side of the gas station to find that the bathroom doors that were locked with no key were open. Someone had done this and was messing with me. I was absolutely freaked out and was shitting myself, so I decided that the only thing I could do was go back inside the gas station, call 911, and wait it out. I sprinted inside the gas station, ready to grab my phone and call 911, but as I was about halfway to the gas station counter, I stopped as I heard a noise from behind me. I turned around and saw an image that is still burned inside my mind today and is absolutely terrifying me as I speak about it now. Standing in the doorway leading from the gas station to the outside was a man wearing blue jeans, a mask with only 2 eye holes in it that were completely black so I couldn't see his eyes, and a red and black coat, standing in the doorway looking at me. This man was 6 foot tall and he was holding in his right hand a big butcher knife. I slowly began to back up. But none of that even mattered, as the man then charged at me, sticking the butcher knife right in my stomach. And all I saw was that horrible mask as I began to pass out. Hey, what's up guys? Orange Guys Horror here. Hope you enjoyed part 1 of that scary story. I've been working on it for quite a while now. But don't worry, I will have an unboxing video for you guys tomorrow. I will be unboxing a Michael Myers action figure. So it'll be a doozy. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's scary story. Part 2 will be up sometime in the future. I don't know when. And if you guys enjoyed this scary story and want me to tell more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be sure to get you guys out a new one. But yeah, my name is Orange Guys Horror. Peace.